Hey there, it's your friend Bridget Willard here from BridgetWillard.com. Founders, are you creating a library of your objections for your SaaS product? You should. You're already having AI take notes. Make a list of the top 10 objections. Why? Because they should be turned into blog posts. Listen, this is the best way to get sales, product, and marketing on the same page. So, number one, these are questions, and the objections are really just questions that your customers and customer base has. Either it will help them find you, like why should I use Nito Record instead of Loom? Why should I switch? What is the reason for me to do that? Why should I use Fondo over Ramp? Why should I use Zoom over etc.? Okay, Google Meet. These are your objections. These are a great way to also combine them with your support tickets. So you have your pre-sales and you have your sales. And these people are asking questions that everybody else in your audience are asking. So all you have to do is publish those requests. Don't relegate them to the knowledge base behind a paywall, behind a user feed. You want these publicly searchable. Why? Because your customers are going to be searching for them, but also AI is going to be using them to help your customers on their journey. The more that regular people like my boyfriend Ralph are now totally into Google AI Assistant because I'm using ChatGPT. He's like, well, I can use AI. Now he's using AI for everything, right? So don't expect that just because you're in IT, that the general population won't be adopting AI. They are. And it's not just young folks. We're talking boomers, Gen X, anybody who knows that they can use a tool that will learn what their preferences are and then continue to make recommendations for that, we'll be using it. So you want those support ticket questions also to be used as blog posts. I've talked about this many times. Use the exact same wording as the question you received. Answer it with your jargon. The objection is automatically your headline. Why should I use zero instead of FreshBooks? That's your headline. No optimizing, no guessing, no long tail keyword research, no wasting money on an SEO agency that promises you a lot and delivers almost nothing. The objection itself, the way it's worded, is the headline for your blog post. This will rank at search. Why? Because search has always wanted to provide the most helpful answers. The most helpful. It doesn't AIO, AEO, GEO, whatever. It doesn't matter. Your question is always going to be served to the inquiring the best way that they need to know. The most helpful answer will be the answer. And all of the research is finding out that all of the basic SEO best practices are still true. So no need to waste money on an SEO specialist who's helping you with PPC. This is all your organic strategy. Number five, this helps your sales team. Your sales team needs to train on the company line for the answer of why you should use Twitter instead of LinkedIn, why you should use ChatGPT instead of Gemini, Claude instead of Perplexity, your tool instead of the competitor, right? Why do I need to pay for thumbnail generators when I use Canva? This is your objection. Why am I paying for this? That why am I switching? Why do I need to, what's the cost? How is it, how long is the onboarding for my team, right? All of these things are giving you the answers for the product team, verified by the product team, more importantly, especially with sales who likes to promise a lot of things that aren't really coming, or at least not yet, right? Sales, marketing, product, the teams that should be on the same page, and you will never scale except for into chaos if you don't get those three teams on the same page from day one forward. And you do that with the language on your website. That's the language you should be using for all of your support tickets answers. Once you get new ones, just add it to the list. Of course, you should have a knowledge base and documentation, of course. But a lot of these can be translated into marketing copy on the front of your website, not just for paid customers. You want help? I'm available to help translate these for you. I have helped many SaaS companies broaden their horizons, gain more users, strengthen their brand, especially with writing content that comes from these kinds of objections and distributing them on Twitter or X. There's also other people who I could definitely recommend. But if you're not using your sales objections as blog content, you're missing out. I'll see you on the next one and we'll talk later. Bye.